Issue number 5 of the Power Rangers universe comic by Boom Studios begins with the Squadron Rangers in battle against the bad guy and his minions. One of the most continuously frustrating aspects of Power Rangers universe is not knowing or not remembering the characters' names because they are too alien. But anyway, the bad guy clearly knows who the Morphinaut is. As they battle it out, the bad guy taunts the Morphinaut, saying his theory will be the downfall of the universe. The fate of the entire universe is in the balance, and it's all because the Morphinaut refused to ask for help, apparently. That really gets the Morphinaut's attention. The bad guy then goes on to call the Morphinaut a phantom of what he once was. This is just teasing with us now. We know the Morphinaut will become the Phantom Ranger. The bad guy tries to call on his forces, but the Squadron Rangers have put an end to them, and now they join the fight against the bad guy. It's good to see that the Squadron Rangers are competently fighting now. Their powers are fixed and not shifting into other powers as before. So I think all the action we're seeing here is actually quite good, despite the ongoing issues that I have with the artwork and the annoying infighting funny talk, which isn't very funny at all. Anyway, the Morphinaut prevents the Green Ranger from attacking the bad guy because for a moment, the bad guy's true face was revealed and the Morphinaut recognized it. The battle continues though. I'd like to take a moment to say that although I've not liked the artwork in this series, I do like the use of colour in this issue. I think the colours of the Squadron Rangers suits really make the colour on the pages pop. And although it feels like too much is going on at times because of the artwork, I think the action here in this issue is actually not bad to look at because of the use of colour. What previously looked like a dark series in aesthetics, this issue is a lot brighter. Anyway, enough of the artwork and back to the story. The Red Ranger basically lands a fatal blow on the bad guy. The Morphinaut says he can't let him move on like this. The bad guy's true form is revealed. It's Chendil, the Morphinaut's friend and partner. So he really was the villain after all. Dark Specter got to him after the Morphinaut disappeared. Dark Specter draws out the worst in people until they're nothing, not a shade of their former self. Now that Chendil's free from Dark Specter, he makes peace with the Morphinaut and passes on. The Blue Ranger picks up one of Chendil's items that are left behind. Then, the Rangers receive communications from Kartor. So, he picked up something still connected to the grid. That means the Proto-Arch did get working in the end. The Squadron Rangers can't get it to connect to the grid properly because it's missing coordinates. Kartor knows what to do though. Back in the lab, they get to work on the final touches. Kartor asks Ori if everything is alright. Ori says it'd be better if he hadn't abandoned them. And now things get ugly. Literally. As Ori becomes angry or annoyed, it's clear something's wrong. The red eyes and attitude suggest Dark Specter's got to Ori. As the Pink Ranger tries to calm Ori down, she too develops the red eyes and becomes angry. As the other Rangers step in, the same happens to them. So Dark Specter's influence is affecting all of the Rangers now. The Rangers are basically at a war of words with one another, going from not considering other people's feelings to sisters no longer with them. And this is another downfall of Power Rangers universe, bringing in all these problems which weren't that much of an issue before. It's just pulling something out to fill up the pages. It's not enough time to give the readers the chance to connect with the characters or their pasts. Anyway, Kartor says the art is powering on, but the readings are spiking. Something's wrong. The Morphinaut knows it's Dark Specter's doing. The Rangers are being corrupted like what happened to Chendil. By the way, I thought Chendil was a woman at first, just because of the artwork. Yet another criticism about the art. It's hard to tell sometimes who's a man and who's a woman. Anyway, to calm the Rangers down, the Morphinaut calls out to Dark Specter. He says everything is his fault. He wanted to seek out the grid. He wanted to prove everyone else was wrong. He was obsessed with the grid. And he ended up dooming the world, his home and his partner. The Rangers are freed from the darkness, but we see the darkness now enveloping the Morphinaut. He says what he's unleashed can never be undone. What he sets into motion cannot be stopped, and he is definitely the cause of all this. Finally, Ori realizes what's going on. Dark Specter is there, and they have to help the Morphinaut. The Red Ranger says it's too late though. The person standing in front of them is no longer the Morphinaut. He's now black, and we know that it's the Phantom Ranger. That truly was a surprise. So the Morphinaut is the Phantom Ranger, but I never considered the possibility that the Morphinaut would become the Phantom Ranger because he gets corrupted by Dark Specter. This was quite the reveal, and makes the Phantom Ranger's backstory a bit more interesting, if you care that much about Power Rangers Turbo. If you don't really care that much about Power Rangers Turbo, or in fact the Phantom Ranger, then this issue and the rest of the series probably isn't that interesting after all.